opinions and views expressed by individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of this network, their group, or other organization they may be involved with.
Hey, hello everyone. Welcome everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to this week's episode of Grow420. Can you believe it? We're already at episode 9. Wow. Yeah, so welcome to this week's episode of Grow420. Episode 9 here on NOK Network. I'm your joint host, Ron McNabb, and today's show, we're still going to be talking about autoflowers. I'll also be giving you an update on the 32 clones. 34 clones I had taken. Let me fix that. 34 clones. Hey, hobbies. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Appreciate you. So yeah, we're gonna be I'm gonna be giving you an update on the 34 clones. Not 34 clones anymore. I've actually got them right here. I didn't think all of them were gonna survive. That's okay. I don't need 34. I just need one. I just need one for my outdoor grow for the summer. And so yeah. I forgot to take a bong hit before I came on. I usually come up on the screen with the screen of smoke. So I'm not even finished saying the greeting here. So we'll finish this off here right now before I have the bong hit. So as I said, we got the clone update coming to you. And of course, I've also got another plant update video to show you. Took the video... Took it early this morning. Bong time. Yeah, you know what, Justin? We're going to hit the bong here now, too. I'll finish reading my page later in a second here. So there we go. Light them up, folks, if you got them. Cheers. There we go. So, got a bit of a story to tell you in a minute. Wasn't anything about the show not going to happen. Show's always going to go on. But there's some little bit of jigging around we had to do a bit. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. Because the first part of our show, as you know, we just have a fun time, chat, have a few bong hits, celebrate the 420 at 420. And that's the Ontario 420. And I think I'll do the plant update video probably before the commercial. And then we'll go to commercial. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about I'm falling over. Jeez. That's why I usually want to sit down sometimes, because I do have to move around, but because of my back. But when I move around, I kind of get a little bit tipsy on the toes. So anyways, I got a plant update video to show you. I said I'll probably bring it up before the break at the bottom of the hour. Going to try to keep it till about 5 o'clock today, maybe a little later. Just because. So anyways, how you all doing today? What y'all smoking on? I've got some homegrown cheese here. And also, I've also got some homegrown Tangy Purple Orange CBD outdoor and Tangy Purple Orange CBD indoor. And I got some blueberry as well too. Actually, that's what I just hit on the bong. That was not cheese. That's blueberry. That's blueberry. So, what does Hobby's got to say here? Just ate a 200 milligram gummy someone gifted us. Awesome. Awesome, bud. Awesome, dude. So, you know what? Why don't we all just have another toke right now? Because you know what? It's always weed o'clock in my house here. And it's 420 somewhere, right? Always 420 somewhere. So, I'll get to the story in a moment. It's got something to do with hydro. So, cheers, y'all. Cheers. So I still haven't been to bed. I've pulled an all-nighter. Up till 10:30 last night, that Cannabis Corner. That took me to there. And then I think I came upstairs for a little bit and I think I got my wife some snack of some tea and toast, something like that. Cheers, y'all. Hey, there's my buddy Red. How's it going? See you. If I'm not mistaken, you actually got your wishes. You wanted to be snowed in. I think, if I read the post right, and you got snowed in. The only consolation I have, really, if we get any, it's like we don't have much snow out there at all right now. It was 11 degrees yesterday. That's what I thought. Yep. You know, it is so peaceful sometimes with the snow. It just makes everything so quiet. I think you just recently did a comment or a post on that too. Yep, 100%. I know what it's like up here too. when we used to live, like I live on the highway here now, but and we've been here 9 years, and so many more cars and trucks up here now. But when we lived up here before, in the early 2000s and mid 2000s, we lived out off the back roads, and our driveway was like 3 telephone poles long, like deep. So you couldn't really even hear any traffic on the road. Not that there was much traffic driving there anyway. But yeah, I remember we get a big snowstorm, open the door, and you listen. It's just so dead, so nice. Growing up having 4 kids in the household too, it gets pretty noisy. So when you can get that deadening quietness there of the sun, the snow, it's kind of a weird perspective. Anyways, I don't know why I got that open on my phone. Should have the music up here. There we go. So, anyways, hydro. We almost did the show in the dark today. Flashlight here. Half a dead flashlight here. I know it didn't seem like that there, but it's a rechargeable one though. And it's just in the middle, literally in the middle of setting up these tea light candles. I just come downstairs, had them in my pocket, set them on the right here. This is where I was doing it, and then boom, hydro came back on. We had some very wicked winds earlier. Oh, I gotta turn this music down a bit. We had some pretty wicked winds here earlier today, and apparently, from what I can gather, now it's just rumors until I actually hear exactly what happened, but it probably is what happened. Apparently, a tree got knocked down or something like that on the hydro lines, caused a bit of a fire. About 4 minutes down from here. But, our local fire department, they got onto that real quick, and hydro had sent me. I get the email notifications when hydro goes out, and when they expect it to be restored. They said 3:30 initially. Well, I had gone out just a couple doors down to our convenience store, community center, and they have a generator that pops on automatically, and from what I understand, they had hydro there at the building outside. So I went there, plugged my 2 phones in, sat in the car, and just hooked up a power bar and extension cord to there, plugged the 2 phones in at the same time, and Cannabis Corner came on while I was there. So I spent 2:30 to 3:30 there, watching it in my car, listening through the Bluetooth in the car there. So that was pretty good. So I'm gonna get the bong loaded up here, get it ready for 420, because we are at 413 right now. Geez, I want to have more cheese, but I don't have any ground up for it. Here, I got some already stripped. But then I'm just gonna put it through the grinder. Just a small bud here. That'll be good enough for a bong hit or 2. And so what's everyone smoking on? Like I said, I've got cheese here right now that I'm breaking up, but I was smoking blueberry. Blueberry, cheese, and wedding cake. Blueberry cheesecake. Dang, I didn't get my garbage can. Just pushed it too far. Yeah, it was like that growing up in the Northland. Yeah, beautiful. I don't like the snow, but if you're going to have it, that's what I like. Especially if you don't have to go out in it. Man, am I glad I don't have to go out on the roads anymore. Working from home, doing podcasting. The only thing I really have to go for is either doctor's appointments or groceries. And even those, they can be rejigged around to work on other days. And Justin still got that sweet tooth, eh? Smoking the sweet tooth strain. Better not smoke too much. You might have to go see the dentist, eh? Anyways, so I got cheese ground up there, load the ball, twig. So see, so we're still going to get to the talking about the autoflowers at the bottom of the hour. We got 5 minutes to 4:20, and right after 4:20, I'm going to show the plant update video, and I think I'm going to bring that video up right now. Get it all ready. So just bear with me for a moment. Today is 26th. Yeah, I took it at around I think it was around 1 in the morning. I pulled an all-nighter, and I actually, Justin knows, he was present from 5:20 my time this morning, which would have been 6:20, 6:50 your time, if I'm not mistaken, Justin. And so that was great. You came out. I didn't even say what I did. I did an early morning sesh this morning. Came on live at 4 my time and went off the air just before 7. So nice, almost 3-hour session. It was great. Great bunch of great people stopped by. Mikey was there this morning. Wayne was there for a while. Frosty dropped in. Frosty couldn't come up on screen with me, but he did send me a message. And I watched the replay. I don't know if it played smooth for you, Justin, but it was a little jerky on my side. I don't know. What I needed to do is download the video and then play it as a video file instead of playing it through the share screen. Because I find when you're playing a video through the share screen, the frame rate and all that as it's playing is kind of all jerky. But when I play it with the video file, it's just a different way of bringing it up on StreamYard. Unless you know how to use StreamYard, unless you're familiar with StreamYard, you may not know what I'm referring to. But I got the plant update video up this way. So we'll be showing that in just a few minutes now. So we're less than 2 minutes away from 4:20. You guys everyone got your bongs ready, joint rolled, pipe packed, whatever you got, make sure you got it ready. I'm just getting stuff queued up for the next segment here. Yeah, that's right. I gotta use the headset. And there's our 1 minute reminder. Oh shit. I might have hit snooze on that. So we'll see. We'll come up, we'll plug that in a moment. I don't need that flashlight in the way there. Move that. Don't like having things all jammed up here. Oh, and you know what? I'm also wanting to start some seeds today. So we'll probably do that as well. That won't take long. It's just 3 jars. Gonna put some water in the jar, drop the seeds in, got the cam set up. Not much of anything, but hey, I want you guys to see the very beginning of the next run that you're going to see. This is the seeds for my outdoor run. And there we go. Happy 420. And you know what? I forgot to put my other ticker banner up. One that says we're not backstage. So happy 420 from Ontario, Canada, folks. You know the drill. Light them if you got them. And if you don't got them, this one's for you. Cheers, y'all. My mind tells me I should have raised this table up a bit more, this countertop, but I'm just actually thinking now, not a good idea, because there's only about an inch, not even an inch clearance for the bong under it. Okay. There we go. We got that out of the way now. Like, we want to get 420 out of the way, right? No. What did I say earlier? It's always 420, right? Always weed clock in my house. All right. Let me pause the music here. Get the headset on. Oh, jeez. I gotta figure out some other way with this because I keep banging the there's chains on this. Where laptop I have sitting, it's a fold-away shelf, but it's not really designed now to be foldable because there's other stuff in the way, but I still have to rework things. I'll show you in a minute when I get the other cam up, but for now, we are going to bring up the video, and Justin saw this video earlier today, but for anyone, hold on. For anyone who did not see it, who was not present this morning, here it is here. And again, I don't like the music track that I got mixed with it. It was just something I was able to find quickly to do with to make it fit. There is a little bit of a blank space at the end where there's no video, no music with the video playing, but it's just like a second or two. I'll probably redo it, but anyways, here we go. And turn that down a bit. Okay, so that should be okay volume for you guys. If it's too loud, just let me know in the comments. So just do a quick recap on this. These are Grapefruit Diesel feminized seeds that I germinated on December 3rd. They went from solo cup to 1 gallon pot, 1 gallon pot to 3 gallon pot. In between December 3rd and January 29th. January 29th, they were transplanted from the 3 gallon pots into their forever homes, which is the self-watering bins that you see in this video. The scrog nets were installed March 3rd. And this video is March 26th, taken early this morning. And I believe, geez, I believe they're 4 weeks into flower. Let me just look up on the calendar here real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks flower tomorrow. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just hold on. Finish week 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so that's finished 4th week of flower. So going into the 5th tomorrow. So here we go. Hope you all enjoy. Meantime, I'm going to get a stool to sit down on. Not far, right here. So I even have my reminder for the banner, and I forgot to pay attention to it. It's fixed now, though. I'm just gonna get things ready for the next segments here, so bring up the second can. So I've done a close up on the pistils. So on some of the bud sites here, you can see the pistils forming now. Cheers. Power wasn't supposed to come on back on until 4. Originally they said 3:30. Came on just before the show. I could have done it though. I was going to use data and hotspot. Yeah, I love the mug, Justin. I love it. Don't really use it any other time other than on the show or if I'm on a fast. I don't use it really just around the house. I think the video's just about done now, almost. Oh, jeez. I forgot that's there. Oh, I forgot this plant, too. Hey, Ashley. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're feeling much better. Hope your household's feeling much better. Saw your post earlier. I already put that up. Anyways, you got it. Your hello comment put up twice. I will do it again. There we go. Everyone say hello to Ashley. She's awesome. She's our Sunday night session here on the IWK 710 Daily Sesh on NOK Network. And Sunday nights. Ashley's Garden. Check her out. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Always a great time, and learn a lot too. And if you think you know about gardening, there's always still something else to learn. And about a whole bunch of other stuff too. Mostly all to do with bettering your health. You're welcome. Oh, that's so awesome to hear that you guys are on the way feeling better. That sucks when you got that running through the house, especially just after your surgery there. It's the last thing you need. So there's the plant update video. It's 4:29. I do want to go to commercial break before we get into discussing, continuing our talk about autoflowers. But I also want to do these seeds. And there was something I also forgot to bring down. I was going to just put a little bit of peroxide in the water. It's supposed to help. You know what? Let me come back full screen for a moment. It's supposed to help with keeping the bacteria free and stuff like that when you're germinating the seeds. Hey, Helen Dutton in the house. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in. So I think what we're actually going to do is, I think what we'll do is, let me put the music back on. I think what we'll do is we'll drop the seeds first into the jars, and then we'll do grape, because this won't take very long. I just want you guys to be like, I could have done this off cam, filmed it, or not even film it, and then you guys just see the results afterwards. But I think it's neat. If you guys are following me for the grow, why not follow right from the very beginning with the seeds? So this is the seeds for my outdoor grow this year. I do 4 plants outdoors, and one of them will be, if I can get, and I should get one of these clones to root. Remember I said I just need one of the Grapefruit Diesel clones, and they're feminized, so guaranteed female there, unless I stress it out. And the herms, let's hope not. But even then, that's not the end of the world either. Free seeds, right? So it's going to be a little while yet before we start the seeds for the next indoor run. The CBD Kush green and purple. So I'm just going to put them back in the envelope for now. Where is it? Here we go. I'm going to put them back in there for safekeeping, because the Grapefruit Diesel feminized, that 2 plants that are in flower right now, starting the 5th week of flower tomorrow. Starting the 5th week? Yeah, I think that is right. I'll look at it later. But I don't like taking time out just sitting trying to figure things out while I'm doing the live. I figure I can do that off cam later on. I'm pretty sure it is going into the 5th week. We just completed 4 weeks. So, with having 4 plants outdoors for the summer, for the outdoor grow, said I've got one of the clones that I'm going to use. That leaves 3 left. So I did go over these before. Went over them recently this morning on the early morning session I did. But I'm going to do these seeds here. Platinum Gelato Kush, and they're from 709 Skunk Genetics, and I won them from Frosty on a raffle, and it is, I gotta see it here, cherry gelato cross with platinum kush. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out, what that's going to be like. And I have 6 seeds. I'm going to put 3 in the jar because they're regs. So there's no guarantee. So it's usually 50-50 in a pack will be male, 50% would be male, 50% would be female. I've got, so like I said, I got 6 seeds, but I'm going to do 3. I'm going to do 1 more as an extra insurance policy. So why don't we start with this one first? We'll just do 1 by 1 first. I'm not going to talk about all. I'll mention the other seeds in a moment. So we'll just do the Platinum Gelato Kush. So you know what? I'm just going to, for ease of writing this out, instead of writing the full word, I'm just going to do it short form, PGK. PGK, which is Platinum Gelato Kush. Today is the 26th, so 3/26. First thing you want to do, this is the most important thing you want to do. Shit, I didn't bring scissors. Oh, I'll rip it off. I usually like having it nice and neat. I'll probably end up redoing them later, even though they're only going to be in the jar for a day or a couple of days. Now, you can really use any kind of container for doing this. Tupperware container, bowl. I kind of just used what I felt was the best with what I have sitting around the house. We buy our yeast for making bread. It comes in these jars, and it's very easy to take the labels off, soaking them in, and all that. That tape's not sticking because that was thin. I have a feeling this tape is not the best one. I'm redoing that now already. We want to go to break in a moment. So PGK 326. Could also be that the glass is that shiny and slippery that the tape has a hard time, because it is the green paint tape from the dollar store too, so it's not meant to really stick on there very well. I just realized I can take my headset off. There we go. I hate wearing this thing. I'm getting a mic tomorrow. I'm going to North Bay to do groceries. Walmart has a I think it's Bluetooth wireless lapel mic. It's about $20, $22, something like that. I'm gonna try it and see. Be a lot better than that. That's got a big long cable on it too, and all that. So, okay. So let me bring up the other cam, and so we'll remove. No, we'll keep the plant update there because I'll probably show it again on the way out. Where's my dual cam? Right there. Yeah, that's done. I forgot that sits out a little bit further. Let's see if I can adjust it. So here, I'll show you. You'll be able to see the cam too. It's just an old style webcam that sits on top of a monitor, right? But so here's a countertop. That's here. That's what I work on. And this is supposed to be a foldable, 2 foldable trays here. But I ended up putting this shelf up here that takes care of both my notes and one of the lights. And just some other storage space up here for stuff while I'm doing a show. I'm going to drill a couple of holes up in here for like pen holders, probably over on the far side over here, so the pens don't roll off the table and all that. So yeah, that's what I'm working with there. Oh, there we go. I had the camera back too far. Now I can get more swing on it. There we go. If that lighting is not the best, I might be able to use a flashlight for some extra. I don't know. We'll see. So we got the jar here, and let's see if I can get this up. Oh, I'm going to change that song. Just trying to get this up a little bit. Oh, I know. Just 1 second. This should work. There we go. There we go. So now you guys are going to be able to see this. There. I think that works quite well. So I'm just going to use bottled water. Many different schools of thought on this. Some people use RO water. Some people use distilled. Some people use their tap water, but if it's chlorinated, they let the chlorine sit, or they aerate it to get the chlorine out. I got well water. that's from the laundry tub. It comes out down in the basement here with through the softener. But I do have a hose set up that comes off directly from the water system before it goes into the softener. So I could use that too. Honestly, I just grabbed the easiest thing today. Was just bottled water. And it's going to work just fine. There probably is advantages of using some of the other types of water over this, but it's water, right? So let's pour some water in there. Don't need a whole lot. I've got it's not a whole lot of water. It's maybe like a half inch. So we're gonna get the seeds open here. Yeah, we're probably gonna go to 5:30. I think. I said before I came down, I said to my father-in-law, I'm probably only gonna go to 5, maybe just a little after 5 today. But so here's the seeds we got here. This is a Platinum Gelato Kush. So what I want to do though is let me get my tray here. You know what? Let me move the jar away for a second. I'm gonna put this here, and we'll put the paper towel here. So I'm just gonna dump the vial of seeds on there for right now, and you guys cannot see that. There we go. I wish I could zoom in on this camera, but I can't. So that's going to be one of the other upgrades I'm going to do eventually. So there's our jar of water. So you know what? I think we can do this right here. Now I'm going to just go. Now I'm not going to worry. Normally I would use my tweezers. I'm not going to do that. It's a bit of a thing to get over there. So I'm just going to pick them up by hand. So there's. You can't really see that here. Let's see if I can get down a little closer with these. Yeah, see the lighting is gonna get fucked up on it. Yeah, see that's the thing with this camera. It's only got a fixed range of focus, and it's a very small range. And so yeah. So let's just gonna get moving on here. So I'm gonna take this one here. This is the biggest one. We're just gonna drop that in there. See that floating in there. We're gonna take the next nice looking one. There's 2 in there. So you guys are witnessing the beginning of life here. Let's see. I'm gonna take the darkest one of all these, even though it's a little smaller. It is darker. Now there's 3 seeds left. I'm going to be careful. I got all 3 of them in my hand here. I'm going to make sure I get them all back in that vial. Close the lid. Just double check. You guys can confirm with me there that there's... you should be able to see it. If you can't, there's 3 seeds. So we're going to put that right back in the package. And I gotta put the lid on. I don't know. I don't really tighten it all the way down. I'm gonna tighten it down right now just so it doesn't spill. But when I put it in the cabinet, I'll probably just crack it a bit. I really don't know what the schools of thought are on that. Whether it should be airtight or open to the air, so you get a fresh mix of air in there. So we're going to go ahead here, pour more water in this jar. There we go. A little bit more than the one we did last time, but that's okay. I'm going to get these skunk 709, the Platinum Gelato Kush seeds out of the way. Oh, see, I forgot something. To label the jar. It's easier to label it before I get the water in, but so next one we got is Rainbow Haze crossed with Donkey Dick regular. And these are seeds that Mikey James actually sent to me. So appreciate that, Mikey. I'm just going to carefully dump these out. There's a few seeds there. This one here, I've got 9 seeds. I'm going to do 3 as well. All of these, I'm going to do 3 each. They're all rigs. I don't know what I'm going to get. And I also want to account for if I lose a plant. What am I doing? I'm putting them all back in the bag first without even taking any out. I'm putting them in without putting them in the jar. Okay, let me see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Okay, so these are pretty small, but there is a couple that are really nice looking. So there's one. Whoops. There. Yeah, you can see it there. See? 2. See, you can see it. Oh, got seeds jumping around here. And 3. You saw that one. I saw it. I know you saw it. Again, I like to just keep working as I go. So I've dropped those seeds in that jar. Don't want to leave these sitting open unattended any longer than I need to. So they're back in. So there should be 6 seeds in this bag now, right? And there you can see 6 seeds. We'll put this away. There you go. See, this way too, if I forget where I put something, I can watch the video back and know what I did with it. I've actually had to do that a few times. I actually did that one time when I was doing outside. I was doing one of the 710 daily sessions, and I was doing a live garden tour on my phone using data, and I set a joint down somewhere in the garden, and so I could have another hand to kind of manipulate the camera and stuff, because I think I was zooming in on some plants. And I come back up sitting on the deck to close out the sesh, to finish off talking for a few minutes. And it's like, I had a joint, didn't I? I left it somewhere, didn't I? No one could remember where I put it. So I did have to watch. I watched the replay afterwards. Just I skimmed through it. Where's my wheat? Jeez, looking for the wheat train. It's right here, right? Yeah, I can't remember what I was talking about there. Anyways, there we go. All right. So we've got our 3. See, forgot the label. These are Rainbow Haze crossed with Donkey Dick. So what are we going to call this? RHDD. Just keep it simple, because this is just for germinating the seeds. It's not for long term. What was it I said? 326. Rainbow Haze, RH Donkey Dick, DD, RHDD. Oh, I don't like this one. Hold on. Just checking the messages there. Everything's fine. All right, moving along. Probably should put the lid on first. before I'm doing this. So there we go. Rainbow Haze Donkey Dick. And one more jar. There it is. Okay, we're going to do the label on this one the very first thing. And of course, this is Fruit Loop Baba. Last of the seeds that I've got from that I wanted from Canada's Corner, and they're also from Island Farms, as well as the Rainbow Haze across the Donkey Dick. Hey, Sir Steve-O, what's up, brother? Shared out, awesome. Loving the show so far. Grow420, everyone. That's right. Grow your own 420. NOK Network is a fantastic resource for all things cannabis related. You got that right, buddy. Thank you for all you do and provide us all. Oh, you're welcome, sir. Sir Steve-O. And I guess I could say the same, everything right the same back at you, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate all you do. Appreciate all the knowledge that you bring and just you. Keep jars out or put in the dark. Good question, Justin. Again, I think there's a couple of different schools of thought. I don't really know which is, if it really makes a difference. I'm sure at the minute scientific level, there probably is one way that's more beneficial than the other. But I am using ground glass, which will block out some of the light. So if I do put it in a lit environment, which I probably will be, I'm probably going to be putting it in the same cabinet as the clones are in, or are usually in, because they're right here right now. Fruit Loop Baba. 326. So FLB Fruit Loop Baba. So I'm probably just going to have them sitting on the edge of the heat mat, just so I can keep them warm. You can also put it on top of a fridge if your fridge has got a warm spot. Anywhere really that's it's a little warm. Don't want it too cold, or the seeds won't germinate. Or they may germinate, but it may take a long time, or longer than you would like. Let's go ahead and we'll fill this jar up here now. Well, not fill it up, but put a little bit of water in there. So yeah, they will be in the light because they're going to be with my clones. But I have done it before with them in the dark as well. I think that was the last song on that album. Just give me a moment here. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to keep that music off for a second because there's a good cue for me. Do not get talking too much. I am going to dump all these out because I do want to pick the 3 best. Okay, so that's all out. And how many do I count there? 4, 7? Is that what I got on my list? Yep, Fruit Loop Bubba, 7 seeds. Remember, I want 3. So I'm going to choose the 3 best. Oh, geez, I got to be careful. I almost blew them just talking. The 1. Let's see if I can get this where you guys can see a bit better. There we go. It really doesn't matter. All of these here are kind of about the same type of condition and size. So there's 3. We'll put the lid on so we don't spill it. Set it back there. And we're going to get the seed package and put these ones back in. So there should be 4 left. Yep. We got 4. Like I said, these were the last of the ones I had. I had probably 50 or 60 Fruit Loop Bubba seeds. I gave most of them away on giveaways. So there we go. We got our seeds for our next outdoor run. Set that up there. So it's handy for putting all this type of stuff up here, so I'm not having to walk all the way over there and not crowd my desk that I'm working on. So we've got the bong loaded. We got our. Okay, we don't need that notebook anymore. Again, just prepping ourselves for the next segment coming up. We are going to take our commercial break now. I probably should have taken commercial break before doing the seeds, but it's okay as long as we get the commercial break in there. So let me flip over to the screen here. And okay, so we are going to be back in about 4 minutes and 20 seconds with more great content here on Grow420 on NOK Network. So stay tuned. Don't go away. We'll hit the bong just on the way out here. So if you got to go to the washroom, now's the time to do it. You need a refill on your coffee or whatever, or tea. You need to grab a water, a little snack. Go ahead, do it. We'll be back in about 4 minutes and 20 seconds with more of Grow420 on NOK Network. I just realized I can come up full screen here now. All right. So, sometimes I get a lot of res, sometimes not too much. That wasn't too bad. All right. So we will be back. Don't go away. When we come back, we'll be talking about autoflowers. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Are you a Northern Ontario resident searching for credible information on cannabis as a medicine? No Sir is here to help. Established in 2013, Northern Ontario Cannabis Education and Resources is here for you. No Sir Director Kim Cooper brings you 45 plus years experience utilizing cannabis as a medicine and is spreading the education across the North. Activism, resources, referrals, and more at No Sir. Don't be a jackass. Say no sir to cannabis propaganda with No Sir. Find us at www.nocer.ca.
Psychedelic Tuesdays on NOK Network. Tune in at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Psychedelic Reporters. Bufo Alvarius is scouring the newswires for stories being reported in the mainstream media on the psychedelic front and passing them on to Hobby's Puppets and Tara Simpson so they can bring them to you, our listeners, in this 60-minute video news podcast. Tuesday evening news. Join us for Tuesday evening news each week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all your news and information from the world of psychedelic medicine. Follow and subscribe to NOK Network on our webpage, social media, and streaming sites, including YouTube and Rumble.
Join us for NOK Network monthly specials, 12 months a year. Movie nights. Spotlight on entertainment. And live on location event coverage. Stay up to date about upcoming programming by subscribing to NOK Network on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Rumble. Check out our webpage at www.noknetwork.com.
Peace, news, and views on NOK Network. Patients everywhere advocating cannabis evolution with Kim Cooper and Sir Steve Oak. Joint hosts interview people in the grassroots and corporate cannabis space across North America and beyond. Sit down with patients, entrepreneurs, lawyers, doctors, and others share their journey with this medicinal plant. So join us for Peace, News, and Views. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, where all consumption is medicinal consumption on NOKnetwork.com. Follow and subscribe to NOK Network on social media and streaming sites including Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble.
Advertising space available at NOK. Contact us for a rate sheet at NOKNetwork.com. Send us a message on our social media platforms or email us at info@NOKnetwork.com.
Hey, dudes and dudettes. Enjoy the show, man.
Oh, hi there. You guys got me. Peace, everyone. Thanks for sticking around. We got more great content here coming up to you from Grow420. Good afternoon, Steve McGonigal. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're about to continuing to talk about autoflowers that we have been talking about the last couple of weeks. I'm going to be growing autoflowers on purpose on my next indoor run. Once the current plants that are in there right now have finished flowering. They'll be 10 weeks flower May 8th. So it's a little ways off for starting them, but it's not that far off because here we are March 26th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Not a lot of time. So what I'm doing with that 6 weeks is learning how to grow autoflowers. Learning as much as I can. For the most part, it's a lot of similarities to photos, but there are some differences. So we're just going to do a quick recap of what some of those differences are. I'd say the biggest thing about it is a good morning for you. Awesome. I love to hear that. So the most important thing, as we've said before, about growing autoflowers, I think, or any grow really, is to plan your grow. Now, the reason why it's more important for autoflowers, I think, is because of this one thing. They're autoflowers. They're predetermined. They have a predetermined lifespan. They will go into flower when they're ready, and it's usually at around a certain time. So you're looking at about 84 days, 12 weeks on average for an auto to finish out. Some may finish a little bit earlier. Some may finish a little bit later. Also, a lot depends on your grow environment, what you're doing, and how much attention you're putting into your plants, and all of that. But with keeping in mind that they do have a predetermined lifespan, anything that you do is that they say, okay, with a photo period, you can keep that plant in veg indefinitely just by controlling the light cycle. So you can spend time training it. If you fuck up, you can usually bounce back as long as the plant doesn't die. Like say, for instance, if you had like a very low pH problem, like Frosty had, and he was able to bring that back. Now, had that been an auto, that plant, I think, would have been done for. Now, that plant, if it was an auto, wouldn't have been that big either, too. So that's the other thing. The autos tend to be a lot smaller, but there is ways that you can work at helping to increase the yield and the size of the plant. But again, you got to keep in mind that anything that you do, I said do. Long time running joke of my family for years. So anyways, here, I'm going to sit down because I feel like I'm swinging back and forth a little bit too much here. Because I am feeling a bit of pain in my sciatic nerve on the left leg a bit right now. So we'll sit down. That should help a little bit. So I don't like swinging around too much. But anyways, yeah, so everything that you do, less is more, really, is when it comes down to it. The least amount that you have to do to the plant to stress it out, that's where you want to go. But again, all of that depends on what your setup is. And that's where planning your grow comes in. I've been growing photos all this time since I started growing in 2017, or 2018 rather. 2018 did I start growing? Or yeah, May 2018 I think it was when I started growing. And cheers. And so if I were to take the same approach that I've done with all my photos that I've grown, I probably, like, without doing any of this research and planning the rest of my grow out, I probably would run into some problems. Probably some problems that I wouldn't be able to recover from. So again, I got 6 weeks from now till when I want to, when 6 to 7 weeks from when that cabinet comes available for me to start this. So great time to take in all this information, discuss it all on the show. You guys can provide me your input. Maybe you guys have got experience in growing autoflowers. I'm actually looking at the possibility of growing just autoflowers on the indoor grow, which is my fun grow. But I also enjoy smoking indoor weed way better than outdoor. But if I had a perpetual harvest of autoflowers, so basically starting a couple of new plants every 4 weeks or so and harvesting a couple of plants every 4 weeks or so, then I would have enough, I think, for me to smoke on. But then I use the bulk that I got up here in these bins from the outdoor grow to turn into butter and oil and such. So that's what I'm looking at. And so when I'm talking about planning the grow, I'm actually planning even past this grow. And considering maybe even making the change. And I haven't even grown the autos yet, but so far from all the research that I've been doing, I kind of like them. And contrary to what we talked about this before, contrary to what a lot of people think, and I thought this too when I first started growing, although I never did have an interest in growing autos. And I didn't at that time. But, shit, what was I going to say? Oh, that a lot of people think that they're perfect plant for newbies to start on because it's autoflower. You don't have to do anything. Well, you don't have to do anything to make it flower, but there's a whole lot of stuff that if you don't do, or if you do, that you will make it go into flower way earlier than it should. So, no, I don't think autoflowers are great for the newbie per se, unless that newbie wants to invest a lot of time in doing what I'm doing, in researching as many videos as you can from all kinds of different perspectives, from different types of grows, and then try to make an informed decision from there. So I'm gonna log everything in a calendar. So I'm going to be deciding on what nutrients I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using the Gaia Green, but there's a couple of things that I'm thinking about adding, and I've mentioned it before. Worm castings, and maybe silica, because I've heard silica is supposed to work well for strengthening the stems. So I'm gonna see. I'm gonna do a little bit more research on it. I don't even know how much it costs, so it may be cost prohibitive for me. The worm castings, I know I can do. They say autos are easier to grow. Maybe. Well, we shall see, eh? Or you got, yeah. We. I was gonna say I shall see, but no, we shall see. You're gonna watch me make all my mistakes along the way too. Because believe me, I'm not a pro. Even at what I'm growing, I'm not a pro. The different types of lights that you have and all that can affect everything from your watering, your feeding. Because if you have a light that's more high powered, that you can't dim down, then it's going to be wanting to drink more water in that. So there's all kinds of different factors. So I'm working with what I have, my theme. When I can do better, I'll do better. So one of those things that I think I can do better this year is at least add the worm castings in. But as I was mentioning earlier this morning too, I'm not sure if I'm going to grow in the self-watering bins, or if I'm going to grow in 3 or 5 gallon pots. So there's a decision I got to make there. If I grow into 3 or 5 gallon pots, I will have a toke bin that the pot will sit in, so I can bottom water for the most part, and any water that's remaining that sits in there after it doesn't want to drink it up. First of all, I usually don't water that much to that much. I usually kind of gauge it where I put not quite enough water in, because that's where I want it to be. But if I do overfill it, then I'll just dump out the excess water that the plant won't take, because I don't want the roots sitting in the water. That's why I like the self-watering bins, because it keeps the water separate from the root zone and the grow medium. But I don't know. Maybe I will use the grow bins. If I do use the grow bins, I'm definitely going to have to re-amend the grow medium in the one. Probably take it all out and probably just use it outside, throw it in my outdoor pits for my 4 outdoor plants, and I'll put fresh material in the grow bin there. I already have it, so. And we got Kim Cooper in the house. She's late, but she'll do a rewatch. Oh, why don't you do the rewatch? I did the rewatch. I did the rewatch this morning. I came on at 4 a.m. this morning, did almost a 3-hour sesh, and I was up all night just doing prep for the show here and just having fun in the studio and all that. So, but we're just going over some of the plans that I'm planning out for the auto grow that I'm going to do after the current run of photos I got in. And I'm actually thinking about, I told everyone already before, but for your benefit, Kim, I'm actually thinking about maybe doing my indoor runs, only autos, and doing a perpetual grow and starting a couple of new plants every 4 or so weeks and harvesting a couple of plants every 4 or so weeks. Because they take about 12 weeks to finish out on average from what I hear. So we shall see. And that's what I was also saying. We all shall see that because you guys are going to be watching me grow along here. Which I think is kind of cool too, really. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to get a calendar. I'm going to log everything as to what date, because I'm going to get into more specifics in here. I'll explain it as to what date I want to do certain types of training and what it is that I want to do. For the most part, I've always just gone up on here, but it never usually is when I want to do it. It just happens whenever I end up getting to it. But again, with a photo, you got that kind of a little bit more freedom to move around with stuff like that because of the, especially in veg, because you control when you flip it to flower. But with the autoflower, like I said, when it wants to go to flower, it goes to flower. So I don't want to be like, oh shit, I was supposed to have tied down the plant like 4 days ago, and like now it's already like past the time when I can do it or should do it. Just shit like that. So some of the things I've heard is with the feeding is you really shouldn't need to feed it anything during the seedling stage, especially if you're using anything that has some nutrients already in the soil, like a light nutrient mix or whatever, because the whatever nutrients that are in the plant from the cotyledon leaves and the rest of it as it's growing, because it doesn't get as big as a photo, it doesn't need as much food as a photo does. Or at least this is what I've been told or what I've researched. So I'm going to see if I experience the same thing myself. I think I probably will. It does make sense to me. But we'll see. And yeah, what was it? Autos have they have a smaller root mass to them than photos. So yeah, you don't need to feed as much, and whatever the plant has at the beginning is usually more than enough to get it to when you do need to feed it. So read the plant. The plant will tell you what it needs. So don't go by, as much as you have a feeding schedule, don't go by that feeding schedule by the book, because the plant could be telling you something different. And again, remember, definitive lifespan. So you delay it by a couple of days because you fed it a few too much newts, you're kind of fucked, right? Okay, so then the lighting, you can do 12-12. Some people do it just to fill up a tent if they got plants in flower. and just if they got extra space in there, they'll throw one or two in or whatever. But from Justin says he uses a 20 on 24 light cycles, 20 on, 4 off. Or you can also do 18.6. I don't know. I had decided I was going to do 18.6, I think. Or I can't even remember. I'd have to watch the replay. I'm still on the fence, though. I might try the 20 on, 4 off. And if I notice any issues, then I can back the light off a bit and bring it down to 18. But I'll have to keep a real close eye on it, though. Hey, evening, my brother Mike Ellis. How are you? Oh, brother, I haven't seen you for a long, seen or heard from you in a while. Hope all's well. And Mike, you honestly are a part of this show coming to me. You know, you honestly are, with the seeds that you would give to me over the years. And I've not only been able to help others by gifting them out on giveaways, some of them myself, and also have more than enough for me. It's been a blessing, man. It really is. And here I am now doing a show. Just living it, bro. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. Aren't we all? But okay. Health-wise, much better than when I was in the summer, in the fall. The last couple of weeks, though, and especially the last few days, I've got quite a bit of abdomen pain, abdominal pain. I think it's probably the spleen. I'm meeting with my doctor tomorrow through telehealth, so I'll be able to just discuss concerns. This is with the specialist. Seeing another specialist April 4th, I think. Yeah, April 4th in Sudbury. Going to the Kent Eye Institute. Pretty sure I've either had or do have ocular occurrence of sarcoid, so it needs to be checked out and ruled out. Currently on eye drops for the pressure. When I went to go get my eyes tested for my regular eye exam, the optometrist there with my eye, like he said, my eye pressure was quite high. He was really concerned. So getting that checked out as well. Discomforts, minor. Yes, they are, but in comparison to the rest of life, man, it's minute. It's taken me years to figure that one out. But anyways, no, I'm doing well, doing as well as I can. Life, life is life. Everyone knows what life is like right now. Just all trying to make it through another day, and I hope that through this show as well, and any of the sessions that I come on and do, that I know, man. I know. You know what? I've got some here that I'm going to be trimming up. I've got the envelope right there, too. I think I have your name on the envelope, if I'm not mistaken. But I still feel bad about that, brother, but I am getting some out. And I even said it on a live the other day. Not that I was sending some out to you, but there was a few people I needed to send some cheese out to. Because you know what, Mike? Out of all the weed that I've got here, I've got Tangy Purple Orange CBD that I got from Frosty. Cheese, Jack Herer, which I got from you. Blueberry, which was bag seed from the res. And a few other different strains I've grown. Fruit Loop Bubba. The Fruit Loop Bubba, okay, I'm a little bit impartial with that because it's. But then again, I don't think I've had cheese from indoor yet. Or maybe I did, but it was a small plant, not very great. The cheese that I've got here is outdoor. I don't really like smoking outdoor weed much, but it's what I got, right? But the indoor weed is what I love. And yeah, Justin, cheese is so good. But the Fruit Loop Bubba that I had grown, oh man, that was amazing. Didn't last long. I'm one of those ones that I say I'm gonna put like an ounce away, hide it right, put it in the bottom shelf of the cupboard or whatever for a rainy day. When I used to buy my weed, I used to always smoke the biggest nugs first, always the best looking nugs first, and then left all the small stuff till the end. And then I'd get all the way to the end, and I'd get down to the small stuff, and I'd be like, "This stuff is shit. Like, why did I not save some of the good shit, right?" Anyone who really loves their weed, though, I think you understand. Gotta smoke that good stuff first, right? I'm trying to find my lighter. It's sitting right in front of me here. So we're almost done here. I'm kind of flexible with where I can leave things off because I can pick it up the next episode. So if I don't cover everything I wanted to, that's okay. Gibbs are laughing. Oh, man. I'm just going to sit here for a moment. I really like this tune. Wish I could turn it up a bit more, but it's full blast on the phone. Hopefully you guys can hear that fine. I'm going to shut up now. Oh, it's good to take a moment to breathe. I'm going to light this one up. Cheers, everyone. And that's how we do it here on Grow420. I don't know why I can do huge clouds. I guess I got a good lung capacity. Like I can haul that whole ball in. That bowl's not even full either. I can do it, but every once in a while I choke up on it. The aftermath is not very pretty though. So yeah, I've still got a few decisions on how I'm going to do the grow, finalize the pots, the lighting cycle, nutrients. I'm kind of already pretty much fixated on that. I also want to add some kelp fertilizer in. We have some stuff upstairs already that we use out in our garden. So do that probably as like a foliar spray. And I do have that listed in on some of the stuff here, because let me go here. Actually, I think that was on some of my other notes. But yeah, with watering, a couple of other things I wanted to talk about too. And this goes for photos as well. You should always have like a dry back period. Like my grow bins, the self-watering bins, as long as I keep water in the bottom reservoir, the grow medium will always be moist. Not too wet, because it maintains a perfect moisture level, as long as I've got a good enough perlite mixture and all that in there. But it doesn't encourage root growth when you don't allow a dry back period. So this is whether you're watering in pots, self-irrigated planters like the self-watering planter that I've made. So that's one thing to keep in mind, because that's another topic we're going to talk about is roots. More specifically with clones, because I've got the clones here, and some of them I've like, there's different stages of when a clone roots. I'm not going to get into it because I'll cover it on another episode. But if you can tell at what stage, if you take a look at it, you can, if you know what you're looking for, you can tell what stage it stopped at or didn't even start at. And you can then go from there to do your research and find out what you can do to improve your chances. So maybe some things that you're just doing completely wrong without intent, but it just ends up not being good for the plant. So there's that. With autoflowers, especially, you don't want to overwater them, and when they're very young, if you have to just sprinkle water on just to get it moist, just even like when you put the seed in the ground, don't go pouring water there, or even spray with a big heavy spray. Just sprinkle a bit, even just taking water from the cup, just sprinkling it on the ground there to at least just get it nice and happy. And then you don't want to wash that seed away or cause any disturbance, especially if you've pre-germinated, where you've got a taproot coming out, right? Cool song. So yeah, overwatering can also cause bad bacteria to eat at the roots. So you'll lose a plant very quickly. I've done it before. That goes for photos and autos. That was a little loud though. There we go. pH, I'm not sure. I really don't pH my water. Going to do a little bit more research on it, but I have heard if you're doing organics, really, you don't need the pH, because the soil and the microbes in there will take care of itself. Only live I seen comments right away is this one. Interesting. And we got Master Mike Ellis giving the a wave over to Wayne. I don't know if Wayne's here. I didn't tag anyone today. I don't know. I just somehow don't feel right tagging on my own show. Unless someone specifically wants me to, but even then, I'm busy doing the shares and stuff, usually backstage before I come up. And then I want to get moving on with the show too, eh? So training. I think all I'm going to do is just the least amount of LST that I need to do there's a few different ones that you can do, a few different LST methods you can do, but you got to keep in mind that the more LST, which is low stress training can turn into high stress training. If you're doing too much low stress training, too much and too often. Remember, less is more, right? So I think, geez, I don't know why my voice just cracked there like a 13-year-old, but it did. I think what I'm going to do is whatever pot grow space I decide to grow in, whether it be the self-watering bin or a 3 or 5 gallon, I'm just going to tie down the plant once. So what I'm going to do is you got your plant here. Okay. You got your plant. There you go. See, you got your plant, right? This is cheese. Say hi. No, say cheese. Oh, jeez. Cheese, eh? Cheese. There's a good name for an OG cheese maker. Cheese. Anyways, so here's your plant here, right? So instead of, like, normally what I would do is I don't know if I'm going to use a scrod net either. I'm not sure. I'm going to see what happens with the plant and see how it grows. But normally what I would do is I would do topping, right? So I get multiple branches. Well, with autos, you can top, and I may do one. Because I might, if I do the self-watering bins, I might do 2 plants in each bin, or 2 plants in one bin, and 1 plant in another. Not sure. We'll see. Or I might do like 4 3-gallon pots or 4 5-gallon pots. Justin says he uses a Brita filter water for Brita jug filter water for plants. Yeah, I guess it's probably okay too. Whatever works. Hey Shane, peace, brother. Glad you're able to tune in. So I'm just discussing about the autos that I'm going to be growing in a couple of months. So what I'm going to do is, with the plant, I'll have it. You got the plant here. When it's young, you take the plant. I can't really bend it too much because it's going to snap because it's dry. But you bend the plant down this way, right? And you just use a single point here to tie down on this side of the pot. Now what you're going to want to do, and I've had to do this, I've done it without and I've done it with, and I would recommend doing it with, is also put a support here down low near the rim of the pot and just have it pull out to the edge of the pot, because when you pull down here, that's going to put pressure on this. So you're going to want to have something there just to pull back on this side, just to counteract that, right? Because you don't want to pull the plant right over. And with autos, from everything I've read, is the soil should be light and airier than growing with photos, because you want those roots to be able to easily move through the grow medium at a fairly quick rate, because you're not sitting there for months doing veg. Like, it's gonna go into flower when it wants to, and it's usually, I don't know if I have that written down here. I do have it written down in the book, but we'll talk about that next week because time is getting on here now. We are at 5:39. I'm okay with time, but I'm the one cooking dinner for everyone tonight. We're having pork chops, maybe rice. I think, I don't think the rice takes that long in the rice cooker, and I might just throw some potatoes in the microwave too. I do have the training thing here, because I skipped it when I was writing, so I got a little note down here. So when to train and how? Around day 20. Oh, I'm all stuffed up, man. Around day. Happy 710, Justin. Out in Newfoundland. Happy 710. Yes, it's 710 out there right now. Hello, all. Hello, Alan. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see here. Ron, I can only read the subtitles today, so just trying to follow along. That's okay. However anyone is able to participate in the show, whether it's being able to watch live and just sitting, not commenting, whether it's just watching on the replay later on, or even just part of a replay. All of that's cool. There's no hard feelings from anyone, from myself to anyone here. We all got busy lives and stuff, and I can't expect everyone to sit and watch through the whole thing all the time and stuff. I can't even do that. There's so many other shows I used to watch on the regular, and I can't even do that now. When to train and how. So this is just guidelines from what I've researched. I'm going to try it, see how it works for me, make adjustments in the future if I need to. But it's kind of the general consensus that I've seen across the board with watching a bunch of videos. So day 20 to 25, cut the bottom 2 nodes off the plant because they're not going to do anything at all. And you don't want any energy to go in there. Yeah, you are gonna you're harming the plant, so to speak, because the plant's got to take a little bit of time to recover from that snip. But from what I gather is that at that age range, day 20 to 25, that's the time frame when it will inflict the least amount of damage to the plant and the best recovery time. And that goes with all of these a few other points I'm going to mention here as well. So day 28 to day 30, if you are going to top, usually not recommended because usually you don't really get much more out of it. Some people do. So that's why I might do one just for the hell of it, just for an experiment on the show, and see what happens. I like doing fun stuff like that. And if you are going to topping only once is usually recommended. Some growers have tried multiple toppings, and it usually doesn't. Yeah, you might get a bigger plant, but you're not going to get more yield because what you gain in branches and that you lose in bud size and other factors. Don't do too much don't do too much all at one time. That's why it breaks this down into the days. It gives a little bit of time for the plant to recover in between. But don't do much once the plant is past 5 nodes, except for spreading the branches and just tying branches down just to open it up a bit. Get more light in, and also to encourage growth off the side branches, like vertical growth off the side branches. With autos, you're probably better with, instead of defoliating, if you absolutely need to take leaves off, do so. But from everything that I've gathered too, it's probably better to tuck rather than cut. If you could tuck that leaf away, it's probably better off, because each time, like if you take a whole bunch of leaves off all at one time, the plant's got to recover from that, right? Because those are wounds that you created. It's just like yourself. Like you're working in the workshop, you make one cut on working in the workshop, right? And you can get that bandaged up easy. You start getting cuts all over your hand, it's going to take a lot longer for all that to heal up, because you're going to be banging them all the time, right? So you can't work in the workshop. But just the one cut, you may not even need to take any time off, right? So your recovery is much quicker that way. I just thought that analogy up just on the fly here. Well, here's where it is: the foliar spray. So the foliar spray, the kelp foliar spray. I got to research on when the best time is to apply that. And if you're going to tie down, if you are going to tie down the plant, tie it down at around. I'm going to try it around 3 weeks. That's the tying the top of the plant, pulling it over. So 3 weeks, you should have a strong enough plant that should be able to withstand that training. It should be mature enough to do so. So just couple of other little things here. Yeah, we went up on that. So I gotta come up with the training schedule of what I'm gonna do, write it all down. But I've just got the points here. I was gonna wait till I get a calendar, and I'm just gonna fill it all in on the dates when I think some of the stuff should be done, and then I can readjust as I go along by reading the plans, right? So yeah, we know what, some of this other stuff we'll get into, I think, next week. Actually, no, wait, no, I'll just finish it off. It's just 2 other points. We're okay for time here. I am going to use the ProMix HP with mycorrhizae. Going to use worm castings. Not sure if I'm going to pre-mix any of the Gaia Green dry amendments in the soil, or if I'm going to top dress only. I think I'm only going to top dress after the seedling stage. So I got to write all that in under the feeding schedule. So that way I have a written note there. I can, instead of referring to my memory, right? The other thing I wanted to mention is, I don't think I've ever mentioned about the CBD ratio on the seeds. So it's CBD Kush Auto, they're 30-1. 30 parts CBD to 1 part THC. So it's a very high CBD strain, extremely high. And Marcel Cook gifted me the seeds ever so graciously. I thank him so much as well. The viewers and 420 friends are able to help get this show going, right? Keep it going. And yeah, he gifted me a few seeds, and they're 30-1. Oh, they're from Seeds Online. Weed Seeds Online, I think, is the Facebook page, or I can't remember. But Seeds Online is the company name. I bought off them before. I bought Purple Kush from them before. I think it was LA Confidential I bought. And a couple of others. No, not LA Confidential. It was Fruit Punch. The Fruit Punch didn't end up turning out well. I didn't really like it either. but I was also new to growing. I think that was my second year growing. So I've come a long way since then. The cheese plant that I was referring to earlier, the one that was outdoors, that took 2 bins for me to fill. It's now all in 1 bin because I keep smoking that shit first. Was 6 foot. Oh shoot! Yeah, there's something else I want to show you real quick before we go out the door. Sorry, not 6 foot. 7 foot 3 inches tall. At the bottom branches, the width of it on one aspect was 6 foot. You walk around at the right angle of that, opposite axis, 5 foot. So that plant, and it was very slow to flower, very late to finish. But man, did I ever get a harvest from it. So, Mike, I'm definitely going to send some out to you. Justin, I'm probably going to send some out to you as well. So you are a veteran listener here, veteran viewer. So anyways, here's my sad clones. There was 34. There is now 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Some of them are older than others. The ones that are yellowed more were the ones I had in the jars originally. These other ones that are greener were the second batch that I took just not too long ago. So I'm just seeing if the older ones will take. I haven't been able to put my full attention to this, but to be honest with you, again, I only need 1 clone. So if I happen to get more, and I have I almost dropped that. Hold on. And if I want to do more clones, I still got the mother plant that I took them from, so I can do more. And and I've got a bit of time before it's going to be for one of my outdoor plants, so it's not going to go out till June, like probably the first week of June anyway. So that's April, 2 months away still. I got plenty of time. See here, got to learn more about feeding. Yeah, I'm gonna research a little bit more on that as well for myself. Sweet little ladies. I hope they survive. But again, like I said, I just need 1. So, and they are ladies because they came off a feminized plant. So at least I don't have to worry about that. Although I do prefer growing regs, a female from reg seeds, more true to its original genetics, whereas like a feminized seed's been treated, and so the hormones of the plant are they've been affected. Maybe not seriously, and I know it's not bro science. It definitely is real. Now, whether there's any noticeable difference for me as just a hobbyist, probably not. I'm sure on the scientific level, there probably is. So yeah, I think that's it. Song ended. Yeah, we're going to talk about rooting stages for clones next week. I think there's 3 different stages of it. I'm not going to. I got 2 of them written down here. I can't remember the middle one, so I got to still do some more research myself. So I'm not even going to say anything about it, except that that's what's going to be coming up for next week. So if you're having trouble rooting clones, you can then take a look. Once you understand this, you can take a look and see where you're going wrong. You're going wrong, but where in the process things are stopping. And there is ways to combat that on the next time you try. So Let's see here. Correct. I got a bunch of F1s going. Just started to show sex now. Should be ladies as their F and F crosses. Still got to look out for with unstable genetics. Critical mass and Durban poison. 2 really good strains there too, by the way. That sounds good. Yeah. Yeah, so like for the most part, a lot of times, like for new growers, like unstable genetics, I've got mixed opinions on it. I think it's a great opportunity for you to learn, but at the same time, I think can also be discouraging and overwhelming. So if you're not really ready to delve right deep into it, as if you're going to university type of thing. Right away, that's okay. You want to start out simple, just even with one plant. Who am I to say anything? But definitely, if you want good quality green, you definitely want good genetics. That's actually one thing I wanted to mention with autoflowers. Genetics tend to be a lot more wonkier than photos. That's probably just because of the breeding processes and just the way that it is. Because don't forget, autoflowers were created by mixing. Was it a landrace strain with a I can't remember how to describe it all. I actually should look that up and have it as a description and talk about it on the show. Kim's mentioned it. She explains it really well. So I'm going to do autos history. So how did autos come to be? So I think it's a good place to end right there. Because that does cover all of that. So just to close out, remember we do have these seeds that we've dropped here. So we get 3 Fruit Loop Bubba. We got 3 Rainbow Haze crossed with Donkey Dick. Those are both from Island Farms. I didn't get them direct from Island Farms, but they are from Island Farms. And then PJK, which is Purple Gelato. Platinum Gelato Kush. That's from 709 Skunk Genetics, I think it was. I just want to make sure I don't want to misquote the name. Yes, 709 Skunk Genetics. Cool packaging too. I really like the packaging. The COA on the back there. Very, very, very cool design. Very simple, but very nice. So we'll put that back up there. So I'll put these back up here so I remember to take them and put them on the heat mat when I'm done the show. Right beside the door. I can just grab them on the way out. Ruderalis and Landrace. Thank you, Shane. I kept wanting to say photo period, but I know I knew that wasn't the right word to say. I knew Landrace was right, but Ruderalis, that's the word I was missing there. Thank you very much. See, I love you guys. I love you guys. The show wouldn't be the show without you guys, honestly. Because I can just talk here. Well, I did that this morning from 4 a.m. to 5:20 a.m. my time until Justin showed up early this morning. I was did a 3-hour sesh, near 3-hour sesh, and for the first hour and 20 minutes, I just talked to a blank screen for all I knew because there was no one commenting. I couldn't see anyone on the counter, but like the viewer counter, but that doesn't always tell the truth. But it doesn't matter. I'll just talk anyway, right? Because I know people watch this on the replay as well. Even people, I'm sure there's probably people that watch live that probably come back and watch parts of it and stuff like that, whatever. I know I watch parts of it to see where I remember to see if I can remember where I put something, or if that I said I was going to do something, but I didn't write it down, but I remember I did say it. I got to rewatch. Yeah. Anyways, wow, 6 o'clock. We've been on the air for 2 hours. Appreciate all for tuning in. Thank you so much. Tuning in next Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for more of Grow420 with myself, joint host Ron McNabb here on here on NOK Network. Stick around for the closing, and also tonight in an hour's time, the IWK 710 Daily Sesh. Not quite sure who's on tonight. It's usually Janine, but I'm not sure because I see something where someone looks like someone might be filling in for them. Rasta Rhino filling in for, but I'm not 100% sure. I know there was a bit of some kind of whatever last week, so I don't know. I haven't talked to Kim about it, but there's going to be a sesh anyway in an hour's time here on NOK Network. So tune in. It's a great time. And then later on, an hour after that, Psychedelic Reporters with Hobbies, Puppets, and Tara Simpson with Psychedelic Reporters. Peace, everyone. Have a great night. Remember, stay happy, but most importantly, stay high. Peace. Smoked so much weed today, I got to clean that out again. I had to poke it through a little bit more. All right. See you guys next week. Thank you so much. Take care. I hope I've remembered to say everything that I want to do for the closing. I don't even have anything written down. But anyways, peace.